Good evening. This is the January 13th, 2022 meeting of the Sustainable Old Lyme team. Present is Cheryl Poirier and Holly Lyman. The first order of business is to approve the minutes of August 19th, October 7th, and November 4th. And I will make a motion to accept the minutes.
And can I second that?
Yes, you may.
I second that.
And I will just say, as part of the discussion, Holly, not being at the October 7th or November 4th meeting, it is okay to abstain in approving those if you like.
Okay, then I will abstain.
Okay. All in favor of approving the August 19th minutes?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. And October 7th, I will say aye.
And I will abstain.
Okay. And November 4th, I will say aye.
And on that, I'm abstaining, right?
Okay. Yes, very good. Yeah. That was the trickiest part of the evening.
Robert's rules.
Next on the agenda, update on the Silver Award. We're well aware we received the Silver Award, and since our last meeting, Tim Griswold and I accepted the award at the Connecticut Conference of Municipalities annual meeting, and it's now hanging in Town Hall.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah,
terrific.
So very nice. Everyone's very happy about it.
Congratulations. And I saw that news story and I thought that was so lovely.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So thank you as well. You did a lot of work on bringing it all together. So that was great.
This was yours. Your leadership was amazing.
Okay. Update on sustainable CT initiatives. They're working on their gold award. That is not happening this year, but likely in 2023. And what they have this year is something called the Climate Leader Designation. It's a pilot program that we are welcome to apply for. There are certain actions, like a subset of all their actions. There's a subset of actions that go toward this, and I can read these off. And you have to earn at least 100 points by completing some or all of the actions. I think we have something like 20 points. So the actions are, and Holly, I can send this to you as well. Mm-hmm. Participate in and promote the CPACE program.
Mm-hmm.
Streamline solar permitting for small solar installations. Support zero emission vehicle deployment. Benchmark and track energy use. Reduce energy use across all municipal buildings. Achieve high energy performance for individual buildings. Increase use of renewable energy in municipal buildings. Install efficient exterior lighting. Implement a community energy campaign. Report materials management data and reduce waste. That's that one that we did this past year that looked at the residential waste. Or that kind of create your own, implement your own sustainable action. We can apply that for that in 2020, but all of our actions would need to be updated. All of our other actions would need to be updated to meet 2022 requirements.
Okay.
Right now we meet 2021 requirements. I haven't even looked at how things are updated this year.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'd love to give it a read and see, what the options are. And it sounds like a good, interesting program. So.
Yeah. So. And the facilities manager for the town of Old Lyme, Phil Parquette, is on vacation right now, and I told him it would be good to speak. So perhaps the two of us could meet with him. The three of us can share with him what some of these actions are and see if he has anything in the works for things like improving energy use in the municipal buildings beyond what he's already done. Okay, so that would be great.
That's
And I will send that to you, Holly.
great.
Okay. Now back to our agenda. Next up is future sustainable old Lyme team structure. And during our presentation to the Board of Selectmen, Mary Jo Nozel, who has been our Board of Selectmen representative, made the point at that meeting, at the end of that meeting, that this team really needs more, would benefit greatly from more participation, more team members, and a really interesting way to go about that would be to have people from the various commissions or boards that are part of this application and award, that they participate and act as liaisons back to their commissions. So, you know, that might be open space or planning or economic development. So for instance, economic development, we would share with them what the actions are around local economy, and would depend on them to do some actions over the next year or two, and report to us on what they've done, rather than us going out and fishing for things and creating actions and that sort of thing.
That sounds like a great way to proceed, to learn more about what's going on in town.
Okay, great. So, any thoughts on what our next step should be on that?
You know, I almost feel like for me, I'm such a I don't understand town government well enough, and I wanted to learn more about what's going on. So I just want to get more educated about who's doing which commissions, and because I know there's an awful lot going on, and there are people rolling up their sleeves and doing terrific things. So I just like to find out a little more.
Maybe this is a good year for us to do a little roadshow and together go to different commissions, get on their agendas and tell them, like for economic
Yeah.
development, I'm on that commission. So I'm comfortable saying, as an example, sharing with them, here are some local economy actions that you were involved in that helped us get the award. Here are others that can happen in the next year or two. We'd really like to get your involvement. It might also be helpful to have the selectmen. You know, we are a team that reports to the Board of Selectmen. Maybe to have them say there should be these liaisons.
Yeah, bring that up. You know, and I guess Mary Jo had raised that once, and keep bringing it up with the new selectmen, and make sure that, and they'll probably have ideas.
Okay, good. All right, so I'll follow up on that. Anything else on team structure or?
No, I think that's a great idea, to be reaching out, you know, and getting more of a sense of what's going on in town.
Okay, great. All right, the next one is efforts on residential waste reduction. This was the action where we figured out how much residential solid waste was being sent to the Mirror incinerator.
Yeah.
And it's something like 891 pounds per person per year. And the average in the state is lower than that, so we're a little bit above average, and we want to get that down. The goal by Sustainable Connecticut is over a 3-year period to get that number down 10%.
Okay.
And so that would be our next challenge. And we can participate in that through some public awareness. maybe working, I know we started talking to the library about speakers and that sort of thing, but we really want to start thinking about how to help with public awareness, but also more importantly, the Board of Selectmen are reactivating the Solid Waste and Recycling Committee.
Oh, terrific.
And they were charged in the past with looking at improving recycling by residents in town. I think they created an ordinance or wrote an ordinance or some guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
And but now what they can do is not only that, but look into composting, because
Mm-hmm.
there are lots of grants that come up to help towns start composting programs. And
Mm-hmm.
we have no way to go after those. We just don't have
Mm-hmm.
the bandwidth or anyone paying attention to that. So that would be part of this charge for the new committee to look at composting options and,
Mm-hmm.
maybe starting with just educating people this year on how to do composting at home, but then move
Mm-hmm.
more and more toward a composting program. Like Saybrook or Essex, you can bring your compostable food to
Mm-hmm.
a location like the
Mm-hmm.
landfill, or not the landfill, but the transfer station, something like that.
Mm-hmm. And now this does involve potential savings for the town, doesn't it? Because we do get
Yes,
charged for waste, right?
exactly. Yeah, the
So
tonnage fee.
that's so it would
So
be good for the town
it is, yes,
in a
both,
very direct way.
right, both financially and then in terms of the environment as well.
Mm-hmm.
So um, I know a couple of people have already applied to be on that and will likely be appointed in the next couple of weeks. So hopefully they can look into that sort of thing.
That's great. Now,
Yeah.
I just have one question in terms of Old Lyme being having a little bit more waste than all the other towns. Are we sure that it's apples to apples? Because I think sometimes it's hard to get, like, we had current numbers on our own levels of waste. Did we have current levels of numbers for the average for all the towns in Connecticut? Or is that like a lagging thing? So I think the amount of waste has gone way up in the pandemic for everyone. So I'm wondering if we're comparing current numbers for us with old lower numbers for the other places. So maybe we're not quite as bad as it looks, or something. Maybe we're doing better than we
Yeah,
think.
I will double check that.
Yeah.
That number, it was 700 and something.
Yeah.
And that came from DEP, their
Yeah.
commissioners saying that it was the
Mhm.
average. But it would
Mhm.
be interesting because with so many people working at home or
Mhm.
schooling from home
Uh,
during the pandemic, they were eating their lunches at home instead of in an office environment or a school environment. So
yeah.
there was much more trash at home,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Yeah.
So,
So that's a good question, Holly. I'm going to
uh,
find out if other towns went up as well.
yeah.
Anything else about composting, residential waste?
No, I think it's an exciting effort, but um, it's I mean it's fun.
Yeah, yeah, it is
So,
exciting.
so
All right. Any new business? I don't have any new business.
not from me, no. So
Okay.
um,
And any additional business?
not from me. So
And I do not see any members of the public in our meeting.
I don't think
So
so.
no public comment needed.
No. So
I will call for a motion to adjourn.
so moved.
I will second that. All in favor?
I
14 minutes and 33 seconds, likely our shortest meeting we've ever had.
Very good. Well, that's efficient. And the next time we meet, hopefully we'll be able to do it in person, or I'll have a better background on my screen.
It's a happy background.
So yeah.
Holly,
So,
thank you
but
for
very
coming
high.
tonight.
Thank
And
you for holding this.
we're in a good place.
Yeah, we've got,
Sustainable Lyme is in a good place.
yeah, forward momentum.
Yes. All right. I am going to close this.